Hey guys, Saf here with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Now, I have been away in Las Vegas for about a week. We got back late Wednesday, so as you can probably hear, I am struggling a little bit with the jet lag, and I'm a little bit ill. I got ill whilst I was out in Vegas, so the recovery is taking a little bit longer than I wanted to. So I got up a little bit late today, and I had a lot of videos that I wanted to catch up on. Obviously, a lot has happened in Raid in like 6 days. You can't really take any time off in Raid. In this video, I'm going to just kind of do a little bit of a shard pull. We have got the new Halloween fusion, Timid the Fool. Now, my number one rule with fusions always tends to be, if it does something unique, I don't skip it personally. Now, I will do a full video probably tomorrow once my voice is a little bit healthier and I feel a little bit better, to cover exactly what my opinions are on Timid the Fool. We've also got a bunch of new champions that we need to kind of have a little bit of a review and have a look at what, you know, is there any use of them there? There's a really interesting epic elf that could be quite good for Finite Hard. I think my personal favorite is the Undead Epic out of all of them. I want to do a full complimentary video on that, to kind of like cover that in full detail. But I also wanted to kind of do my shard pulls here. And, you know, I am going to go for the fusion. The fusion has got that unique thing where he has basically got this A2, test your strength. He is the only champion in the game that can reduce the duration of buffs by 3 turns. The closest champion is Andresia, and Andresia is the only one that could do it by 2 turns. So both of these are quite unique. Now, the ×10 is not amazing. It's not the best thing in the world. It is AoE revivers, so if you missed out on the Pythian or the Uko fusion, it's actually quite good legendaries. We have got one of the newer Void legendaries here, which is this Bellatar Mage Slayer, and I'll be honest, I'm a little bit underwhelmed by this as a Void legendary. This is only like a 50% chance. This is only a 70% chance. It can kind of replace a reviver in a sort of an arena setting, but it's just nothing like super crazy for a Void legendary, right? This ability here is quite strong, but there are epics that can do both buffs together. The one that comes to mind is Leburga, for example. It's an epic champion with poison. So just because this has got a slight chance of doing it, that to me should be like 100%. But Rakavaltide is also quite good. So in terms of revivers, these are some of the really good revivers. Now, I am not going to be pulling Ancient Shards or Primal Shards. I'll only pull the Primal Shards when there's like sort of ×2 odds. ×10 odd for these is just not really worth it. So we got 8 Sacred Shards, 1 Void Shard to consider. To get the fragments, we need around about 3,000 points, which is actually quite good for a summon rush. That's not too bad. But I actually need the Halloween points because I'm trying to chase the Sun Wukong Soul. I missed a bunch of events, so I'm quite far behind. So I have to get these 150. So I'm going to be aiming to pull 7 Sacred Shards, and I'll probably pull the 1 Void Shard, try and get Rakavaltide. That will get me everything I need. So that's the plan for this video, basically. We're going to basically pull some Sacred Shards and work out, am I the fool here? Is Timid the fool or am I the fool? You know, we can have a bit of a meme. Timid the fool or am I the fool? I think I will be the end at this, right? The fool. I'm still chasing the Kaimars. I'm still chasing the Rotuses. There's still plenty of non-Void legendaries that I could really use on this account. Harima comes to mind as well. We'll start by pulling the Void. Oh, we do have an epic. Oh, it's not the new Undead Epic. I got excited there for a second. That's not bad. We'll take that. I did reset my Mercy on with Supreme Care when we went for the ×10 Siffy. I did it when I was out in Vegas. So I'm kind of excited. I'm going to see what I can do with Supreme Kale. Not quite the Siffy that you want, but it's the best what we got there. Right. Let's have a look. What are we going to get then? Sacred Shards. We've got 7 to pull, so we'll pull for 7. The first one that comes out is Clod. Clod's actually really good in some settings. It's actually one of the few champions that tends to be able to fit a lot of different roles. Then we get Terror Beast, which is absolutely terrible. Not a terror of any beasts. Another epic. This is what you kind of expect in a non-×2 setting. Lots of epics. Old Gruckus, actually really solid for Fire Knight. Can be used in Finite Hard. I've seen it being used because it does give you a decreased speed opportunity here and a big speed aura. Even though it doesn't have a freeze, I've seen some people use it. What else are we going to get there? Another epic. We're going to get a Chani. Really needs a bit more of a rebalance to be relevant. Are we going to get any legendaries? Oh, we do get an Ender Moonbeam. Now, Ender Moonbeam, I should have mentioned before we started pulling these, actually, that we do need fusion epics for Lady Mikage. I should have mentioned that. So Ender is actually a really big pull because I can use Ender Moonbeam without destroying my Faction Guardians. So that's a really big pull. I don't think we pulled any of the other epics here, so that's kind of annoying. But we got at least one of them, so that's really good. So we got 2 more to pull. Are we going to get a legendary, or is this just going to be a foolish... Oh, we got a legendary. What are we going to get? Oh, it's a Noella. Or this is one of those ones where you go, oh, it's good. Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's good. What it is good for is a Faction Guardian. That's the first thing it's good for. It's actually my only Faction Guardian I've got for Sylvan Watchers. So every Sylvan Watcher legendary now gets 10% HP, which means that improves my Elva, my Emic, my Oella. These are great champions that I use in a lot of different places, so that's kind of good. Would I build a second Oella? Because I already have one Oella? Maybe. It's useful in some places. It's not a legendary I particularly want, but it's a legendary. And we're back to the epic to finish it off with the Relic Keeper, the good old-fashioned Relic Keeper. So we managed to get one of the Lady Mikage's epics, which is quite good. We didn't get any others, and that does get us all the way down to the Halloween points that we need, all of the champion fragments, which is really, really important as well for the Timid. It just means that it gives me the option to maybe skip some of the champion chase. We can see we can get some more rewards here. I'm now up to milestone 4, which is great. So I need another 100. How many? Let's do the math here. My brain is not great for math right now. 245 points from the remaining events. Now we will get another 30 here and 50. So there's like 80. So that's good. We got some Dungeon Diver points. That's going to give us 100. So that's 180. So we only need to find like 60. There'll be Halloween points in Artifact Enhancement. And I'm pretty sure I can get the Spider Turn attack. There's 50. So I think I can just about get enough to get what I pretty much want, which is the 4-star soul. These rewards would have been nice had I been able to play the game. You know, mythical skill tomes are hard to acquire. Eternal Soul Stones always give you good opportunities to get good, strong souls. Legendary books are always needed in different places. The rest of them, you know, the Eternal Soul coins are okay. The rest of this is not essential. The thing I wanted more than anything else was the 4-star soul, because that unlocks accuracy for the way that I have built Sun Wukong. He is using temporal chains at the moment. So at temporal chains at 4, he gets 50 accuracy. It's actually a massive amount of stat boost for him for this role of debuffing with the A2. So that is actually a big break point to get. I'm not so worried about all the other rewards because they're all pretty much farmable. The Primal Shard is nice. The Immortal Soulstone, also nice, but not essential. This is where I want to get to. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm pretty pleased with the outcome. We've got one, I say, you know, we've got one Faction Guardian out of it. One legendary out of 7 Sacred Shards is not too bad. It's pretty good. There's not really any point pulling anything else because, you know, I don't really care for a 5-star chicken, and that would require a lot of more pulling at 3,620. So I'm pretty happy to stop there. We'll save all the rest of the shards for a future shard pull. We don't really need anything else at the moment, and we'll see what happens. I'm all out of summon pools as well. I did manage to get 3. I did the Fire Night event just as I landed in the UK, so that was pretty good. But I ended up pulling 3 rares. You know, hopefully we can get all of these sort of epics in a sort of next Ancient Shard pull, and then we just need to pull 2 of these voids again. It's frustrating because we all know we've basically fed all these rares over and over and over again, even some of these epics. Ironically, I only just pulled Eolfrig, which we like to call Colin, and Dahlia, and Illusinia. I've only just pulled those 3, so it's actually quite lucky, but unfortunate that I'm going to have to keep them because some of these epics might be quite useful, especially Colin. He has some uses in certain places, so especially in certain teams. When we know that there's future content coming up, I'm a bit hesitant to burn them for a legendary, which, ironically, I do have a 4-star soul for. When I was in Vegas and we were pulling for the hero path, I did pick up a 4-star Lady Mikage soul. So we have a 4-star waiting for Lady Mikage. When we get to it, we might as well awaken the Sun Wukong right now. That gets him a bit more effectiveness on his temporal chains. That should improve the quality of that, but nothing else for there. So there we go, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope the videos have been interesting while I've been away in Vegas. I saw there was a lot of interest in the champion guys, which is good to know. I will be back on the grind of videos in the next coming days. Just kind of like catching up on all the things that have been happening in Raid over the last week, all the different events, all the new champions. I need to do a review. We'll see what happens there. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.